kind of a big game capture. Let's cut that down to size a little bit. All right. So this is going to be Infamous First Light. I did a little donation incentive to choose the language for this game. You can run it in... Hello, Tsukuyomi. Good to see ya. You can run it in basically any European language if you have the European version of the game, which I do, even though I'm from America. Hooray for buying things online with a false address in Europe. Yay. And Dutch won the bidding war thanks to the real Fox D. So this is going to be weird. I've never even tried to run the game in anything but English or Italian before. English because that's the only language available on the NA version, which is what I had for so long. And Italian because it is actually the fastest. And I have this muted. Let's unmute it. And I went ahead and rounded off my estimate to 130. I think I'm still probably going to go over that. I had been having it at 127 to make it, a little bit more attractive to the likes of GDQ or NASA. I submitted this run to NASA. It was not accepted. I was kind of shocked that I got something in that wasn't this. But I think we can make this happen. As long as I'm able to navigate these menus. Oh, good. The save files are still in Italian. Those I actually know how to read. But I think the 2% might have given me away anyway. So rather than sit through I think this is Do You Want to Save the Game? I don't. Rather than sit through a, 3-minute long cutscene. Okay, what the heck? Oh, this is Do You Really Want to Load This Save File? Yes, I do. Wait, what? I just deleted it, didn't I? That's okay, I have it on my PS4 cloud. We're gonna have to... I can do this. Don't worry, I can do this. I just need to know what the hell I'm reading for right now. Just give me one quick second here. Where is it? Application save data. Yes, save data and online storage. Download. Oh, it says it's still there. I didn't see it there. Okay, I do have to have the language set before I enter the game. So let's try this again. Yeah, Dutch won the bid incentive, so that's going to be the language for the run. And if I still can't get the save file to load, I will just play the opening cutscene. It's long, and unless anyone here speaks Dutch, they're not going to understand a word of it. Let's continue game. 2 years earlier. Okay, let's try this one more time. Yeah, because this is save game, this is new game, this is load game. Dutch is 5th fastest. Oh, I know what we're doing here. This is, do you want to save the game before loading a save file? No! Now we can load this. Yay! Alright. Alright. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Heeft u dit nou echt nodig?
So I'm gonna have no idea what the audio cues are in this run.
Heb jij een knul met een hanenkam gezien? Als ik deze boot doorzoek, ga ik hem wel.
Wacht! Wil je een trucje zien?
Alright, so if you don't know the Infamous series, it basically takes our world, but adds in certain
Brent zei dat ik een krachtig geheim
superpowered
moest houden.
individuals known as
Als er een geleider
conduits
ontdekt
who
werd, zouden ze daar
have
jacht op maken. Dat was al eens gebeurd. Maar die
power
avond
over
was
certain
ik niet
forms
bezorgd.
of matter.
Met mijn krachten zou ik
To
de klus
manipulate or
klaren.
even
Dan zouden we
weaponize
samen
it.
verdwijnen en al lang weg
The
zijn als
hero
de
of this
DOP
game
zou
is
komen.
Fetch Walker. Her mastery is over neon gas. I was trying to go for something there that I
Die gasten
never
houden
really
van hun
go
werk.
for. So I'm just gonna do this the way I know how to do it. Yeah, world record holder is in chat, ex-Tsukuyomi. He's gonna cry at some of the strats that he does that I don't do. That I still haven't learned. Sorry.
Ben ik veilig?
So we hide here and wait for a phone call from Brother
Stop.
Brink to
Kom eens
spawn
tevoorschijn.
in.
Oké, ik ben veilig.
I have no idea what she's saying. But the chopper's sixing out just like it's supposed to.
Zolang ik uit het zicht blijf, gaat het goed.
Alright, there's a phone call. Came pretty much when it's supposed to.
Brent, alles goed?
Ja, prima. Maar toen jij begon te gloeien, werd iedereen gek. Weet je, dit is te gevaarlijk. We moeten weg, nu.
Death or Red, I am both of
Jij
those
wilt toch
people.
opnieuw beginnen? En je weet dat ik die kat wil. Zeg me wat die klus inhoudt en ik doe het.
Prima, maar schiet op. Het is een penthouse of the Third and Stone. Breek in en pak de rode sporttas.
Oké. Wat zit er in de tas?
So,
Pak dat ding.
we're coming up on the
Trekken we
first little
letterlijk met
speed
ogen
strat
op
in the run that you would
Dat
never
klinkt goed.
know is a speed
We
strat
komen er
unless
wel
you
uit,
run
Mo.
this game.
Je bent er toch altijd
You wouldn't know it simply from playing the game.
Als jij in een DUB-cel terechtkomt, dan vergeef ik het mezelf.
We're coming to
nooit.
this apartment to try to steal a red duffel bag that's... It's
Iemand
actually
thuis?
never explained why exactly we want the duffel bag. There's
Wat?
apparently something valuable in it, or it's filled with money, or we don't know, we just want it. So if we run to the right here and do not run forward, we only have to
Ik wil
fight
alleen de
these
rode
three
sporttas,
guys.
meer niet!
If we run forward before those three guys are dead, 2 additional guys will spawn behind us. So it's always faster to fight 3 guys than 5. And Fetch opens the briefcase to find Kaboom. Reduce the game volume? Can do. Tell me if it's better or if it needs to go down even further.
Hey. Ik moet even opladen. Zal het nodig hebben.
This is the only run in the marathon that's going to use my laptop capture device. My other run tomorrow is a PC game.
Alles oké? Was je daarbij? Wat is er gebeurd?
Het stikt er van de Russen met een bom.
Think it's okay now? Alright, cool.
Ze hebben hem.
Wie bedoel je?
Mijn baas. Als ze wisten van het penthouse, weet ze ook van onze boot. We moeten gaan, nu.
Prima, start de motor
So
maar.
basically,
Ik kom eraan.
right now we're
Sorry voor deze rot.
trying to
Ik wil zo
escape.
graag zo'n Burmeese kat voor je kopen.
Ik weet het.
The backstory for Fetch and Brent is that they are petty criminals on the lam, running away from the Department of Unified Protection, who hunt down conduits and imprison them in... Oh man, I almost got it. Imprison them in Curtin K Station, which is a conduit prison, basically.
Brent?
Okay, even though we've got a meme language in the game, please keep the chat in English.
Waar zit je?
And welcome, Violet. Good to see
Dit
you.
is niet nodig. Als ik een paniekaanval kreeg, dacht ik altijd aan Brent. Dat was de enige manier om te kalmeren. Ik dacht dan aan een...
So we have a cutscene skip here. Okay, I waited a little extra long just to make sure it would work. Quit out of the game to the PS4 home screen and reload, and you will be past the cutscene. This does take a little bit of time, but it's faster even in RTA to do it this way than sit through the cutscene. And this game doesn't have an in-game timer anyway, so the board is RTA. Of course, Tsukuyomi, of course. This is also my first time running this game on my new television set. It is much bigger than my old one.
Weg zijn van de realiteit veranderen me. Ik werd wakker met nieuwe krachten. Het was net of mijn lichaam besloot te vechten, terwijl mijn hoofd het opgaf.
Je hebt ons erg goed geholpen, mevrouw Walker. Wil je even pauze? Je kunt me laten zien wat je hebt opgedaan na je inzinking. Ik dacht dat je controle wilde over je krachten.
I'll be interested to see just how long the Debondare is in Dutch.
Ik weet niet. De laatste keer dat ik ze
We
gebruikte...
beginnen met iets simpels. Ik hou je voortgang in de gaten vanaf boven. Doe alsjeblieft niks
Stoms? Alles wat ik doe is stom.
Nee, mevrouw Walker. Jij bent een overlever.
So basically, Augustine is trying to get Fetch to tell her story of how she ended up in DUP custody. And this right here is the first arena challenge. You can do these outside of the story as well. They're meant to be the way the game extends its replay value.
Iedereen heeft een zwakke plek. Je moet hem alleen weten.
In story, it's Augustine testing Fetch's abilities.
Het is een begin, maar de wereld wacht niet op jou. Soms moet je...
Best $10 you spent.
Volg je gevoel.
That's nice. So first we just have to kill these statues. But
Niet slecht.
from now on, all our enemies will shoot back.
Misschien wil je wat meer herkenbare doelwitten. Indrukwekkend, nietwaar? Deze speciale hologrammen zien er bijzonder realistisch uit. Goed, maak ze nu af.
Ik schiet niet zomaar op
Is
dingen,
this
oké?
your native
Oh, de
language,
geleider daar
Foxy?
die de hologrammen maakt, Eugene, vindt dat niet erg.
Wat heeft het voor zin?
Het doel is overleven. Niet alleen voor jou, maar voor hen die zich niet kunnen verdedigen. Doe maar. Bescherm hen.
Okay, so we have to save 10 hostages during this first arena challenge. The first 3 are always in the same place.
De tijd loopt door.
Ah, come on.
En red de gijzelaar.
No, I know you're talking about Augustine, don't worry.
Goed gedaan. Ik heb hier vlakbij een tweede gijzelaar verborgen. Maar dit keer moet je snel zijn om hem te redden of hij sterft. Met veel pijn.
Yeah. Forgot somebody over there, but that's okay. Alright, little force menuing here. We get our first upgrade, which is Photon Jump. And if you look really closely,
Hoe hoog kan je springen?
Fetch already had this upgrade during the cutscene in which we escape from the police on the dock in the flashback. Which is, I don't know if it's intended as such, but it's a very subtle hint that Fetch is not the most reliable narrator.
En garde, mevrouw Walker.
Because these scenes in Curtain K take place 2 years after the scenes in Seattle.
Schiet op, mevrouw Walker.
So we don't actually want to collect the first hostage. If we leave the first hostage alive, or if we leave the first hostage uncollected, all other hostages will spawn in, hostages and waves will spawn in more or less instantaneously. See, like there. If we had collected the first hostage, this one would not have spawned in this fast.
Maak je klaar om weer de held uit te hangen.
Yeah, I was trying to jump off of something there. Didn't really happen.
Oké, veilig.
So the waves always spawn near to where you are, but it could be near. It's just near on the horizontal plane. It could be above or below you, or in between on the second floor, which is just trolley.
En daar is het volgende slachtoffer. Ze blijven maar komen.
I didn't think the second guy actually died.
Ik begin te leren.
And this one's just one guy.
Daar komt weer zo'n hulpeloze ziel.
Ah, it's below me. Damn it. And above me? Okay, that's just weird. I don't think I've seen that before. I'm not going to definitively say it's never happened before. Although it's a marathon, so maybe I should. Smoke grenades are Fetch's kryptonite. She not only can't breathe if there's smoke around her, she just can barely move either. Well, that was weird. But of my own okay, come on, land on the thing, please. Okay, don't kill him. Thank you. And we go back and get the last hostage, and we're done. I don't remember the upgrade names, no. But I know where they are on the screen.
We houden scores bij. Ter inspiratie en irritatie kun je zien hoe anderen het deden. Als je wilt kun je vaker oefenen. Misschien wil je beter worden.
So a little force menuing here. I was totally guessing that that was the end of the dialogue.
Tijd voor een pauze. Ga zitten. Ik wil graag dat je me meer vertelt over wat er in Seattle is gebeurd.
Na een avond de stad overhoop halen op zoek naar mijn broer, kwam ik terecht bij wat erover
This
was
game is almost
gebeurd.
3 years old,
En daar zag ik
but
hem. Hij was ook
I
op
mean,
zoek
look
naar
at
Brent.
these character models and animations. They're pretty outstanding. Even by like today's standards, like Horizon Zero Dawn, I would put this game up against that one.
Sorry, schoonheid. Pardon, heb jij
So when this
misschien
game came out in
foto met een
2014, they were
hanenkam
just
gezien hier in de buurt?
even more amazing.
Wacht, ken jij Brent? Hoor jij bij die Russen?
Wat, die Akula's? Echt.
Yeah, I've heard about
Heb je daar wat
Andromeda.
seinen
I
achter zitten?
was waiting on the reviews for that game. I did not get that one right away myself, and I'm thinking that was the good choice.
Weet je waar hij nu is? Breng me erheen.
Wow, kalm aan zeg, Moppie. Ik weet zeker dat jij met dat knappe kopje niet in de nesten wil raken. Ik weet niet wat je had bedacht met Brent, maar...
Hij is mijn broer. Help me.
Okay, if you don't understand Shane's dialogue, you might not understand that he's completely skeezing on Fetch in pretty much everything he says, up until a certain point in the game, and then afterwards, even a little bit after then.
Zeg me waar ik moet zoeken.
Eastside, vooral.
Right there is where he sees that Fetch is a conduit,
Als je nog
and
iets te binnen schiet, bel me op Brent.
his
voor
interest
foto's.
is piqued, let's
Ja,
just say.
zeker. Zeg het maar, schoonheid. Zorg maar gewoon goed voor jezelf, oké?
Well, the story is mostly what I care about in a Mass Effect game.
Ik moet de stad voorbereiden op de ware ik. Ik heb neon nodig. heel veel.
Even the actual moment-to-moment gameplay is secondary to story. Like, I can still play Mass Effect 1, but the gameplay in that game is super dated.
Hey, hallo, Patch. Ik heb een volsprieten uitstaan, maar die Akulas zijn achterdochtig. Dus we moeten snel kunnen zijn.
Oké, ik was al onderweg naar wat neongas.
So we're heading to the large neon sign to release neon clouds throughout the city. These will enable us to go fast.
Door het gas kan ik
Let's see if I get
hard rennen.
this.
Sorry, Shane.
Kinda.
Ik moet gaan.
You really just want to run straight to that F mark. Many times I've run past it and had to climb up the other side of the sign, which is just annoying. That was a little slow. I kind of went up over the sign instead of just climbing straight up over it, but, you know, good enough.
Dat is beter. Oké, alle beschikbare vuurkracht is welkom. Gek, het is lekker.
Con buon sapore. Oh, man.
Grote.
I'm remembering the Italian dialogue now. Memorable piece of Italian dialogue here. Let's see how Dutch compares.
Oh, wow, ik moet gaan. Door die wolken flitsen gaat de regen.
Okay, that's also pretty short.
Lekker vet stukje neon. Ik vreet je op.
It's when she tells Shane I gotta go. In English, she has a freaking paragraph she says there. In Italian, 2 words. Devo andare.
Oh, yes. Als ze rennen zijn ze lekkerder.
Okay, a little more force menuing here. This introduces the side content in the game that we are not going to do. Okay, we're gonna try for a challenge here called Triple Takedown. I don't know what it's called in Dutch. It's basically kill 3 enemies within 1 focus, and I think I got it. I'm never sure. Yes, I did get it. Sweet. So we can unlock that.
Das Vidania, lul.
The English line there is Dos Vidania Dicks. Oh, she said lul, didn't she? So, yeah, that is dicks, because lul means dick. I've always heard that from Dutch-speaking people who are combination amused and terrified that the name lul is for such a popular Twitch emote.
Help me met stelen, dan zie jij binnen een uur 50 gewapende mannen deuren intrappen op zoek naar Brent.
Mooi.
So the upgrade I purchased is called
Met die voelsprieten.
Air Dash.
Ik snap het. Je bedraait als je ding.
It's very important for the basic traversal in this game. Basically, if this was a PB attempt, I would have reset if I didn't get triple takedown there.
Maar in de steeg achter Tim's sandwichbar als je klaar bent om de wapens te stelen, oké? Au revoir.
No, he still says au revoir. There it is.
Fetch! De wagen zit vol!
Low, yes. So coming up here is every speedrunner's favorite. It's actually a combination of 2 every speedrunner's favorite. It's a combination auto-scroller and escort mission. And it's the first of 2 in the game. It's actually not too bad. Unless you just don't shoot anything, there's no way either you or your escort can die. If you play on the easy difficulty, which we do for the speedrun, simply because it's fastest.
Blijf bij me, ik heb ze.
Hey, come on, dude, die. I was a little slow on the uptake there. So I'm probably not going to get the Das Vidania stunt right away, when I normally do. So, you shoot guys as you can coming through here. You never use focus on them. I do use it here, just to make sure I get this one in time to clear the car blockade.
vrachtwagen. Wegmaal, ik wegren.
Nee, blijf kalm, ik maak de weg vrij.
Dat scheelde veel te
So
weinig.
basically, what we're doing is we're stealing guns from those guys. That's why they're shooting
Horen
us.
ze? We moeten ons even verstoppen, zodat ik kan opladen.
Oké, ik weet een goede...
Hiding out here for a moment, recharge our neon.
Het is veilig, kom mee.
Since there's no karma system in this game, you can kill cops, and they refresh your superpower meter in the top left of the screen, the singularity, just the same as if you killed actual enemies.
Hebben die gasten wel een rijbewijs?
Ah, zie je? Daarom stel ik dat ik jammer.
Yeah, I normally get a singularity at that point. Let's see if I get it after this truck blows up. Nope.
Dit hadden we meteen al moeten doen. Goed gedaan, Marvin.
I like to shoot off the singularity there. There's no real reason to, but there's also no real reason not to. World record holder uses this time to collect various lumens in this little park area. That is a strat I need to learn. I just have not done so yet.
Oké, we gaan terug naar de weg.
I,
Kan wel weer.
and he rejoins the truck at this point. I would probably still shoot off my singularity here, because by the time you actually need one again, you definitely have one. You kill a ton of dudes in the next
Zijn
mission.
klaar met de bus? Ik zie je. Kom naar je toe.
Een bus? Wie was dat?
Is that Das Vidania? Okay, good. I did still get it here.
Goed gepland, gozer.
And he's getting more lumens during this time. I'm just not prepared to do that yet.
Waarom heb ik jou nooit op het journaal gezien? Een zwaargewicht geleider als jij moet publieke vijand nummer 1 zijn.
Ik heb Brand. Hij houdt me veilig en uit het zicht.
Oh,
End of the line.
we gaan
That is the cue I use to start running toward the next mission.
We waren een fantastisch team.
Certainly in a marathon. Have had it happen a few times where I get a game over screen
Zoek naar Brand of ik brand
and have to do like half the previous mission all over again. Let me tell you, that sucks when that happens.
Oh, wow. Wat nou als ik zeg dat ik al mannen heb gestuurd om navraag te doen over je broer? Ik geef je hun locatie. Misschien weten ze al wat meer.
In één zin verander je van raar naar oké. Hoe doe je dat?
Nou, opgegroeid in Texas. Een van de mannen die naar Brent zoekt is neergeschoten.
So what we're doing in this mission is we're saving some of Brent's guys throughout the city who are being cornered by the rival
Iedereen
gang.
beschermt die naar Brand zoekt.
Did I say Brent? Shane's guys. And if you haven't figured that out, that's who Shane is, a
Je mannetje leeft nog.
drug lord gang leader.
Ze hebben net nog een van mijn mannen gespot.
Ik regel het wel, geef me zijn locatie door.
I really forgot which rooftop I was aiming for here. There we go.
Doe nou.
This fight you can win with one shot. That's kind of how it looks when you win it with one shot.
Veilig?
I'm not sure how to do that consistently.
Luister, laten we het feit dat ze ons zien gebruiken. Laat ze maar naar Olaf's restaurant in de haven komen. Ik ga naar het dak en schiet vanaf daar de Aquila's neer.
Ja, geen slecht plan. Ik zou een wagen achter het gebouw kunnen parkeren. En als jij gaat schieten, haal ik mijn mannen op en weg zijn we.
Welkom in het slachthuis, jongens.
No gang war, yes. There's a possibility that you can get a lot of guys at that last location, and it takes way longer to clear.
Haal je mannen weg.
Ja, mevrouw.
I try not to use focus here because it's slower if you go into focus and dilate time. Of course, it's also slower if you miss.
Mijn jongens
So
bevinden
it's
zich in
kind
een
of
tijdstraatje.
rocking a hard
Niet
place
dat iemand op hen
territory.
let, want de Aquila schiet
There, I took
allemaal
those
op
3
jou.
guys out with one shot. That is cool. I do not always get that. You can also take these 3 guys out with one shot. And I did it. I was about to say that I haven't been able to do that in quite a while. But I actually did it there. This is pretty okay.
Jay, geen gewonden? Heeft iemand Brand gevonden?
Volgens mij zijn ze geïnspireerd door jou. te zien vechten. Wauw, het is echt ongelooflijk. Jij zaait dood en verderf.
Okay, I'm sure I'm not getting all of the lumens that Tsukuyomi gets here, but I'm really just sticking to what I know I can do.
Vandaag geluk. Een man die jij hebt gered hoorde dat een Akula-sergeant iemand heeft opgehaald in Georgetown. Nou, als we camerabeelden van die man kunnen vinden, kunnen we misschien volgen naar de plek waar ze Brent vasthouden.
Af en toe ben je best oké.
Betekent dat deze cowboy eindelijk de
Possible
stiermacht
for all
bereikt?
4 to be dead on Gang War?
Ja, nou, het zal wel.
I don't think I've had that happen. Okay, we can get a couple of more lumens before we have to do anything else. This is Jenny, a Seattle City employee who is on Shane's payroll.
Spraktelefoon.
Or blackmail rule, spoilers. Shane's a bad guy. I'm just gonna get those two.
Camera-nummers? Wie zei je dat je was?
In the English version of the game, Jenny is voiced by Ashley Johnson, best known as Ellie from The Last of Us.
Ik kan beelden opzoeken van die gast. We hebben echt goede gezichtsherkenningssoftware. Best eng eigenlijk.
Oké, gevonden.
So what we're doing here is tracking an current lieutenant who has been seen in this area of town. We do it by scanning the cameras and sending that information to Jenny. We're actually sequence breaking this ever so slightly. There's, 4 cameras you're supposed to hit, and we only hit 3 of them, or 5 and 4, something like that. And by skipping one, we are able to go back over the area where a certain dialogue would have triggered if you follow the organic path for the mission, hit that dialogue coming out of the mission, which makes the mission complete screen come up faster, and is a small time save. This is absolutely my first infamous run in Dutch.
Wacht eens.
So he dropped his phone. By the way, I've never actually seen him drop his phone during that little unskippable cutscene,
Jenny,
but
kun je zien
hey,
waar die
it's
vent
there.
is geweest als je zijn telefoon zou hebben?
Tuurlijk, maar het kost wel wat.
There's the dialogue skip. And coming up is the trolliest bit of speed tech in this game, known as terminal skip. If Tsukuyomi wouldn't mind, he can go ahead and explain it.
Houd de boel.
Dus je wilt dat ik er naartoe ga en die trainingsjasjes verpulver?
So I kind of want to focus on the
Daar
run,
maak je me alleen maar
because
blij
it's
mee.
actually
Geef
going
maar door waar ik precies moet zijn.
kind of not
en
horribly.
Jenny is top. Bel er maar op.
I think I'm going slightly the wrong way, yeah. So that's going to cost me a little time.
Shane, waar zijn je mannetjes? Ik zie ze nergens.
Er kwamen Akula's. Ze moesten weg. Ze zitten vast bij de veerbootterminal.
Hoeveel trainingsjasjes zijn er dan?
Veel. Wat, heb je weer zin om dood en verderf te zaaien? Een paar mannen hebben dekking gezocht achter een vrachtwagen. Hou ze in leven, dan helpen ze je terwijl Jenny de simkaart hackt. En dan gaan we op oorlogspad voor je broer.
Alright. If I time that perfectly, we'll hear Shane come on the phone as soon as the singularity detonates. Yeah, I've never gotten it in a marathon. So, not shocked I didn't get it when I'm doing my first run in a language I don't speak. So, I'm unsure of what the audio cues are. Call that terminal skip because it skips having to fight anyone here. And this is the terminal.
Ja, killer. Ik
We
zal
really
vooral
don't know
onderweg.
how it
Ga
works.
jij maar snel naar het andere front.
Front? Is het nu zo'n oorlog?
Ja, een soort van.
If
Jij
you
en ik
time the
pissen,
singularity
maar
just perfectly, it clears out all the enemies below and you don't have to fight any others.
En dat maakt
There's a small dialogue skip here by these boxes. There it is. Now we have to fight some more Kerns by the Space Needle.
Mooi. Ik hoop op een stoet van Akula's. Hoef ik ze niet meer te gaan zoeken.
daar is
The one silver lining of missing terminal skip is that you're much closer to a singularity when you come to this fight. It's not a time save or anything, it's just easier.
Mijn broer echt nooit
It's
meer terug.
for certain a time loss, as is actually coming up here rather than shooting these guys from the ground. But again, I'm playing it sort of safe. going to want to use that singularity very soon. Dude, you were right in the epicenter. Why did you not? Okay, this is bad. Alright. Where are the cars? The cars should be here by now. There they come. Alright, now this should clear the area. Nobody knows the Dutch timing. Thought you would. You know everything about this game. It did not clear the area. Well, it only left one guy alive. I don't know how it left that one guy alive, though.
Ik zag het laatste stukje van je lichtshow. Je zag er verhit uit terwijl je pijn
Can
had.
grab a few more lumens quite easily
Doe het
here.
om mijn broer te helpen. Ik geniet er niet van.
Lumens are your upgrade points, by the way. You also get them from doing side contents in a casual playthrough, but we can't do that here, of course.
En verderf kan.
This is not as hard as I'm making it look.
Brent houdt me veilig en in leven. Als mensen me dat soort dingen zien doen, dan flippen ze.
Okay, that actually makes it harder.
Nou, als jouw broer bij je blijft vanwege je ingehouden woede, dan moet je nu extra je best doen.
There we go.
Gekraakt. We weten waar de gijzelaars zijn.
Dat meen je niet.
Als je zover bent, kom dan naar de Latte Owl Madison. Het is zover.
Okay, I got the same lumens I usually get. I'm gonna lose a few seconds. I'm not keeping splits, by the way, so I don't really care. Gonna lose a few seconds because I'm not right by this marker when it spawns in. And actually, that's not the lumen I usually get. It was a different latte owl.
Hey, Patch, ben
But I
jij
have the
daar?
right
De jongens
quantity.
en ik staan achter in de parkeerplaats. Spring bij ons
Or
op de
the
vrachtwagen.
expected quantity. And here's our second escort auto-scroller.
Je bent een gent.
If I can get on the damn truck. There we go.
En na die rectale behandeling van eerder zijn ze vast pissig. Kat in het nauw maakt rare sprongen.
Bedankt, meneer de dierenarts.
And one guy there always wears a white suit. And there are a few white suit occurrences during the Space Needle fight as well. I thought for the longest time they were like stronger enemies, had better weapons or something, but it really doesn't seem that that's the case.
Hé, dierenarts, het gas zit er weg.
Alrighty, Deathhead.
Prima.
See you
Jij bent
later.
degene zonder airbag.
You know, this escort scroller is actually even more simple than the first one. It's also shorter.
Als we zo doorgaan, is de
You
stad
just kill
vanaf.
things. There's really nothing to discuss here. I might actually go to grayscale here, but yeah. That usually doesn't happen, but it's super hard to die in this game. Tsukuyomi could tell you some stories about that. That one kills itself, lets us run ahead of the truck.
Oké. Jenny denkt dat ze mensen vasthouden in containers in de haven.
Containers in the harbor.
Tot we beter.
Je jongens moeten achter me blijven.
Someone once...
Samen
Oh,
in de weg waar
shit.
ik moet schieten.
Someone once told me that...
Jij bent de koningin van
I have
dit
no idea where I am now.
straatbord.
Oh, I'm just right across the water from it. Someone once told me that Dutch is English spoken if the speaker has a mouthful of grapes. And there are certainly times that it sounds like that.
Oké, niet in deze.
Okay, and we're gonna get a phone call here from Brent telling us he is at the monorail station. So that's where we're headed.
Patch, ik
Brent!
ben vrij, denk ik. Iemand valt de acoules aan. Ik maak dat ik wegkom hier.
Oh, waar ben je?
Ik weet het niet. Wacht even.
Should have gotten a jump there.
Dit is een beetje bij het monorail station Zuid. Oh nee, daar zijn ze weer. Ik verstop me.
Brent! Brent! Nee, 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 niet nu!
There we go. Shane's a bad guy.
Kom hier. Hoi, Brent.
Geen
Ik vind
krachten!
het heel erg, schatje, maar ik moet je op de loonlijst zetten. Even tot ik klaar ben in de stad en dan beloof ik dat je...
Yeah, I mentioned the voice actors earlier. Fetch and Shane are voiced by Laura Bailey and Travis Willingham, respectively, two of the most notable voice actors in the industry, who are in fact married to each
Ik
other.
moest een herinnering vinden, al was het een slechte om te focussen.
Dutch
Om maar
VA
vast te
for
houden.
whom, Tsukuyomi? Do you mean Fetch? Yep, waiting a little extra long to make sure the cutscene skip works. It really sucks if it doesn't work, especially on the second, third, or fourth one. Now that there is a fourth one. For Fetch? Yeah, I think all the voices are, you know, pleasing to the ear, even though I have no idea what they're saying.
Veerkrachtig.
So basically, every time we hit one of those little cutscenes, we gain new powers.
Wil je het zien?
Power we gain here is Stasis Blast,
Kom maar op. Van dichtbij met wat gasten.
which is that.
Dit had je me niet verteld, mevrouw Walker.
Misschien? Zet ze maar klaar, dan komt het echte werk.
And this can suck a little bit, and I think that one already sucks. This one already sucks. I'm probably gonna have to do a fourth one. No? Okay. I thought I missed like all 3 of those weak points. I guess I got them all.
Geef mij wat van je dupes. Dan ga ik
How about
helemaal
that?
los.
I mean, I know what they're saying, of course, because I know the story of this game. I've heard the English dialogue so many times.
Volg de gele
But-
lijnen, blijf in het midden van de gang.
The actual words that they're saying, except for the ones that are exactly like English, the cognates, no idea.
Nergens heen, de uitgangen zijn dicht. Hier binnen mag je hologrammen van mijn mannen aanvallen. Maar dan
So this
wel
is
op
Beta
voorwaarde.
Arena. This is where your PB paste runs come to die. Quite simply.
Deal. Jarenlang ben ik voor ze gevlucht. Ik vecht liever met ze.
The phrase RNG shit show does come to mind. You can manipulate it somewhat, but not really.
Kom dan.
So I do this first part differently than Tsukuyomi. It probably is slower, but it's the way I'm used to doing it. I wait for all 3 introductory waves to spawn in, or at least for the countdown for the third one to start, and shoot off the singularity. This should clear the entire arena. And it
Ik denk
did.
dat de wereld je vijand is, maar soms, in deze oefening, mag je je eigen realiteit gaan.
Next up is Turret Whisperer. Because for some reason, mastery over Neon means we can override machine turrets. Because video games. The first one's always in the same place. The second and third, they're not in random places. There's fixed locations where they can spawn in, but among those fixed locations, it's random. That was not a bad spawn for number 2. Let's see where number 3 is. That's a really good spawn for number 3.
Hé maatje.
Where you don't want them to spawn is, like, up here. A, because it's way out of the way. B, because you can end up draining Neon when you're trying to override the turret, which just wastes time.
Goed gedaan. Een wapen is een hulpmiddel. Je kunt het gebruiken in de strijd.
Kom op, ik ben jouw wapen niet. Je hebt het steeds over mijn woede, probeert in mijn kop te komen. Laat me vechten.
Veel DUP-agenten waren net als jij. Geleiders die mijn hulp nodig hadden bij het gebruik van hun krachten. Maar wie een baan wilde, moest overleven.
So now we have to survive 10 enemy waves. First wave always spawns directly in front of you. I believe the 2 spawns in wave 2 were also directly in front of you, and they're not directly in front of me, but they're not nearly as spread out as they could be.
Zet je schouder.
We also have some more powerful enemies, holographic enemies, in this arena challenge than we did in the first one.
Minder prettig.
Bing, het is klaar.
So you will need a singularity for the next mission when you return to Seattle.
Je hebt wat meer tegenstand nodig. Zorg ervoor.
But you can use one here. By the time you're done with Arena, you will have killed enough dudes to have another one. Somebody over here isn't dead. Oh, there's actually a lot of things that aren't dead. Okay.
Je snapt het niet. Jij bent een
You get a small intermission between 5 and 6.
You
You can fill up on Neon, get back up here, get in position to override the turret. When wave 6 spawns in,
Het gaat mij om mijn krachten. Daardoor voel ik me weer normaal.
Nee, het gaat jou om wat er gebeurd is. Wil je je woede uiten? Gebruik dat dan. Vecht!
Alsjeblieft, geschikje.
with good spawns, that turret can take out everything in wave 6, and we did not get... Well, we got okay spawns. Those guys are right by an ammo crate, which should have blown up faster than it did. If you get really good spawns, the turret can actually take out 2 entire waves, not just spawning points, but entire waves before it blows up. Oh, seriously, dude? Okay, come on. There we go. 2 waves right next to me is pretty cool. 2 spawn points right next to me. These enemies are called bishops. All of the DUP enemy types are named after chess pieces. That's a bishop. They are the most trolly enemies. More so in Second Sun than in First Light, because you really don't see that many of them in First Light, but they still suck. There's actually a stunt for killing one of them with a weak point shot, which I usually get. Didn't get it that time. Alright, here comes wave 10. Wave 10 has the large enemy, whose fire was focused on the turret, interestingly enough. Goes into his little concrete cocoon. If you're fast enough, you can just get there in one fell swoop to kill him. That was not a terrible beta. If you don't get to the concrete cocoon right away, the large enemy dies instantly the second time you get him to that point of damage. It's possible to softlock the game here if you mash through this menuing too fast, so that's why I'm not.
Uitstekend, mevrouw Walker. Blijf zo presteren en je mag voor me werken. Ga zitten. Je vertelde hoe Shane je had verraden.
Yeah, this is actually pretty close to my PB pace, which is kind of ridiculous.
Als ik zou helpen en precies deed wat hij mocht.
It's like maybe 10 seconds behind my PB pace.
Nou,
Maybe not even 10.
en toen er steeds meer DUP-agenten kwamen, werd het tijd voor een plan B.
Which makes absolutely no sense, so we're gonna get... Ah, that also makes no sense.
Fetch, jij hebt een probleem.
Ik heb een probleem?
Het DUP pakt links en rechts mannen van me op. Als dit zo doorgaat, dan is straks geen
That's
mannen meer
bad.
over.
That's really bad.
Om op je broer te passen. Snap je? Voor zijn veiligheid.
Nou ja, ik vertel jou jongens met liefde hoe jij...
I'm not gonna be able to get it.
Niet sarcastisch worden, hè? Ze zitten
I'm gonna have to get it in the
vanwege
traversal
jou en
to...
jouw rare lasershit.
Rustig maar, chill,
Laser
chill.
shit. That's
Als
what he
ik
actually
meteen
says in
opblaas, haal ik
English.
meteen wat DUP's van de straat. Geef me wel bewegingsvrijheid.
Prima. Maar vergeet mijn jongens niet.
Komt in orde, baas. Oké, DUP's. Vandaag val ik jullie huis binnen. Dan weet je ook eens hoe het voelt. Man, die bouwen snel.
Okay, if I don't screw up this strat, we could be in pretty good shape for this run. The strat is very simple, and I have also screwed it up many times.
Oké, jongens, naar
We open the
buiten.
first 2 cages. We're releasing Shane's fighters who have been arrested by the DUP for
Oh shit, ze worden
unclear
steeds
reasons,
groter.
honestly. And then we jump over here, shoot off the singularity. This should clear the entire area. While the singularity is in the air, we go down here and open the 3rd cage. And it
Jullie
worked.
mogen gaan. Oké, dierenarts. Alle onderknuppels zijn weer uit hun kooi.
Oh, ben je toch een goede en trouwe dienaar. Weet je wat? Je krijgt een beloning. Hedge?
Brent, waar houdt hij je vast?
Geen idee.
Okay, so that's double air dash. We also purchased extended cloudburst.
Zie je wel, schatje? Als je gehoorzaamt, krijg je een stukje bread. Ben je stout, dan krijg ik een stukje bread.
The next mission takes place at the Pacific Science Center, one of a handful of real-life landmarks in this video game representation of the city of Seattle. The Space Needle obviously being another one. I don't know how well all of these stream viewers know American geography, but the town of Bellingham, where I live, and we're benefiting the Bellingham Food Bank, is about 200 miles north of Seattle. So I'm pretty familiar with the city of Seattle. I've been there many times.
Jenny, ben je er? Wat is er aan de hand?
And this recreation is pretty faithful.
Zie je de draadloze video-app? Probeer maar.
Wat is dit?
So what we're doing here, we're destroying police drones that are flying throughout the city. This is actually introducing the last bit of side content in the game. You can do a lot more of these than appear in the story, but we're just going to do the two we need to do. It's important to kill these two guys. We'll find out why later. Sometimes they don't spawn in, which actually sucks.
Ik hoop dat het duur was.
Echt wel. Die dingen kosten 90.000 per stuk. En er is er nog één op spoed.
Yeah, this one always spawns in the same place. You don't have to pull up the video like you do for the first one.
Oké, de politie heeft net weer een drone geactiveerd. Hij beweegt een beetje sneller dan die andere, dus hem vangen zal wat lastiger worden.
Snel is geen punt. Dat is een soort van...
That's not a drone.
Dat is geen...
That's what I said. I actually died to this chopper in one of my PB runs. I was a little shocked that it still wound up being a PB even with the death. Especially since, as mentioned previously, it's pretty hard to die in this game. And am I getting the best RNG for the... Holy Moses, it has been a while since this has happened. It's RNG how many DUP guys you fight there. It can be 2, 3, or 4. 99% of the time it's 3. I just got 2 there. That has not happened in forever.
Ik stuur je de rest van de drone-locaties. En misschien heb ik een aanwijzing over waar Shane je broer vasthoudt.
Misschien is goed genoeg.
Shane verplaatst de gevangenen steeds, maar
Never exactly sure where this one is on the
Voor
roof.
het helikopterincident. Zeg me waar ik moet zijn en ik ben er.
So basically, Jenny has found out that Shane is keeping hostages in shipping containers around the city, just like the Occurrence used to.
duidelijk maken dat hij nu de Akula's is door druktemakers die containers te
That's actually what she's explaining right now.
Ja, ik weet alleen niet welke. Er zijn er 4, allemaal bewaakt. Vanaf het moment dat je ze opent, heb je maar weinig tijd voordat Shane erachter komt.
Dan moet ik heel snel zijn. Dank je.
Dat is de eerste. Schakel ze uit voordat
Yeah, I don't know that audio cue right away in Dutch. I do in English and Italian.
nu, voordat iemand zo meteen met
Open the first box, we can start running toward the second one.
geeft je wat extra tijd, maar je moet snel zijn.
I waited to jump dash there because I have wound up running up the sign a few times when I try it, and that's just stupid.
Als hij me pakt, draagt hij zich vast af hoe ik van die containers wist. En dan denkt hij misschien aan jou.
Dan ben ik weg. Ik help jou hiermee en ga dan weg met een zuiver geweten.
Hoezo zuiver geweten?
Koop maar eens een drankje voor me op een strand hier heel ver vandaan en dan zeg ik het.
Deal. Jenny, wat doet al die politie hier? Ik struikel zo wat over ze.
De politie zet elke agent in sinds jij die GOP-basis hebt gewonnen. Jij, dametje, bent precies vijand nummer 1. Gefeliciteerd.
That didn't quite work as well as I would have
Zit in de
liked.
volgende box.
So you have to kill all the guards.
Er is hier niemand.
Even if they surrender, you need to eliminate all of them, and we will find out why shortly. Ah, that's bad. There was no forward momentum on that jump.
Hey, Fetch! Wat is mijn lievelingsmeisje aan het doen?
This is the worst of the 3 box runs. I have actually failed it one time.
Denk je soms aan mij, terwijl ik op een paard zit zonder shirt, hè?
The third one has a, or I think there's 4 actually, but the last one has a much shorter time limit, but it's also a much shorter distance you need to travel. It's like right next to the previous one. So like this guy's surrendering, but nope, we need to take him out. Surprise, surprise, Brent isn't in that box either.
Er zit niemand in.
Ik weet het niet. Er is er nog één, daar moet hij in zitten. Ik heb Shane's computer gehackt om erachter te komen waar Brent zat, oké? Luister, ik breng
So apparently there's only one box left, and Brent has to be in that one. Ah, what the hell did I land on? Don't tell me it was a lamppost. This guy needs to go down. Alright, we wanted to have a singularity there. We don't, but
Jenny,
we can work with
hij
it.
is leeg. Het was een valstrik.
So the line in English there is, Jenny, it was a setup.
Niet aan de telefoon komen.
Raak haar niet aan.
And if you don't recognize the voice, that's actually Shane talking to us right now.
De enige die van die deal afwist was Jenny. Ik moest erachter komen of ze nog steeds aan mijn kant stond.
Dit is allemaal mijn werk geweest.
Kom nou. Zij is het
Yeah,
vrij.
in
Jij bent een kanon met
I don't know
een
if it's
haar.
clear in Dutch, but in English she says, "Put her on the phone," referring to Jenny, and we can make Fetch say that while we're looking at Jenny's dead body.
Moet je horen, Fetch. Jenny gaf me geen andere
Oh, lampposts, gotta love them.
verraad staat. De vraag is, weet jij dat ook?
Mijn broer. Je vermoordt mijn broer.
Heel goed. Steek alsjeblieft iets op van Jenny's dood. Doe wat ik zeg, wanneer ik het zeg en je broer blijft leven. Weet je wat? Kom naar het dak van het Pioneergebouw. We gaan agenten mollen.
And Shane wants his laser gun for protection at this meeting he's about to have, and that was an umbrella I just jumped into. Weird. So I've probably lost PB pace. My PB is extraordinarily tight in the second half. Although it does not have the Brent cutscene skip, which is 25 free seconds, I think we figured it was. So, I don't know, we'll see.
Oké, Shane. Ik ben er.
Sorry, schatje. Ik was eventjes afgeleid. Kijk maar eens op je telefoon. Een omgekochte agent gaf me eindelijk toegang tot hun camera's. Deze beelden zijn live.
Dus? Ik zie agenten.
Ja, en zij beschermen de
So basically, Shane is trying to work his way into a meeting with the...
niet in gezelschap van zoveel mensen.
Die mensen vermoorden zodat
Crap,
jij
is it
iemand
police
kan
chief or
ontmoeten.
mayor? I don't actually remember.
Lights off.
So we need to
Schappenleggers,
kill
rotsverzucht in de
somebody.
weg van hun werk te doen.
Als het maar werkt, schatje. Als
Why is there not anybody here to kill?
verloopt, word ik straks de nieuwe baas van Seattle. Dan
There,
jij
god damn it.
vrij om te gaan.
Porsche rotzooi komt eraan.
Okay, that definitely lost PB pace. What we're doing is causing a ruckus in the city so that cops will peel off and investigate.
Wat je ook aan het doen bent.
And the fastest way to do that is with a singularity. So ideally we want one saved up at the end of the previous mission. But
De commissaris kijkt rond, vraagt zich af
as long as you
waar je
come
heen
really
Ik
close,
denk dat ik mezelf eens kan
you're pretty much
voorstellen.
good.
Kom voor de zekerheid anders mee. Ik heb liever mijn laserkanon bij me. alsjeblieft weg. Ik wil niet gestoord worden. En haal je niks in je hoofd. Je broers veiligheid hangt af van mijn veiligheid.
Yeah, so Shane is having his high-pressure meet and greet, and we have to keep the cops and DUP agents off his back. Through this little alley. That's the only rooftop enemy that we'll see. I try to avoid using focus, but if even one enemy slips past you, you get a mission failure, and that's one enemy.
Ga door met je sloopwerk.
So if somebody starts to get past you, it's best to just go into focus and make sure you get him out. And then when they really pile up like this, shoot off the singularity. That was actually earlier than I usually shoot off the singularity, so we might not be finished. Yep, damn it. Okay.
Oh, lieveling. De commissaris wil je iets vragen. Stop. Ik geef je baas dezelfde deal
So
die
you're,
met Dracula's had.
when you shoot off the singularity there, it should
Hoor je dat?
spawn in Shane's phone call right away, but I shot it off early because I got a little behind with the enemies coming up the alley, so I had to make sure none of them got through.
Als jij weggaat, wordt
This is the next area you need to go to. The map does guide you here eventually. You're stuck in here for a moment, so I like to wreck these soda machines. Get wrecked, soda machines.
Nu ik de politiecommissaris in mijn zak heb, ben jij niets anders meer dan een los eitje.
Gifgas! Jij... Wat je...
Tja, wat moet ik dan? Je neerschieten heeft tot nu toe niet erg veel opgeleverd.
Oh, I didn't change the screen game. Oh well.
Hier weggekomen.
Not that it. I don't think anybody's really coming by for that, except for that one guy who wanted a Dying Light co-op buddy. He seemed nice, but he really didn't know what we were doing here.
Dat was de enige manier
I'll switch it for the next game. I'm not going to be too worried about it right now. But thank you for letting me know. Okay, so that's our third of 4 cutscene skips. Don't die to the soda machines. Yeah, that would be catastrophic.
Shane had Brent. Als ik geen deal kon sluiten, zou ik hem nooit meer terugzien.
Sorry, maar hoe ben jij uit die tunnel ontsnapt? Kreeg je nog een kracht erbij toen je doordraaide?
Ja, oké, ik heb je niet alles
So
verteld.
previously Fetch had agreed not to
Oké, ik laat het je wel zien. Er zijn
not
gasten
to
daar
keep
beneden.
any of her powers unrevealed from Augustine, but the cutscene that we skipped showed one more, and that's it right there, the missile power.
Indrukwekkend. Maar waarom laat je me dit nu zien?
Omdat deze training fucking goed werkt.
Fucking good work. She doesn't curse there in English. All she says is, this training, it's working. Dutch potty mouth.
De gele lijnen blijven in het midden van de gang. Jij draagt nogal wat persoonlijke demonen bij je. De geleider die de hologram...
Oh, dumb. I don't know if you've seen this in English, but the line here is one that you'd probably appreciate. The conduit who makes these holograms is obsessed with a video game about demons. Like, we don't know anybody obsessed with video games about demons, do we? That should have killed him. Why didn't that kill him? Oh, that's so dumb. I'll just wait for this guy to come. So these skeleton beasts can't be killed with normal bolt. They can be killed only with melee missiles or
En we moeten ons verzekeren.
stasis blast plus bolt. This guy is invincible to direct damage. You have to hit the 2 little balls that are orbiting him. which is harder than it sounds. And he shows up 3 times. Here's number 2. That was a lot easier.
Die wezens zijn niet echt, maar jouw plezier in hun dood wel. Denk maar aan voel je haat en word sterk.
We got angels and we got demons. This all makes sense if you've played Second Son. The images of the enemies we're seeing here.
Wij zijn verleiders. De wereld is van ons.
This is our last spawner. They'll shoot little baby spiders at you if you don't kill him fast enough. Some more angels, and that's all there is to this one. It's not very hard, not very long. It's nothing compared to beta.
Volgens mij had je het wel naar je zin. Hou dat gevoel vast en ontdek wat je kunt doen.
And there's no force menuing here, just that.
Zie je waartoe jij in staat bent? Geleiders die het verleden laten rusten hebben een toekomst. Dus vertel me hoe je verhaal eindigt.
Okay, I'm gonna do a strat in this next mission that world record holder does not do, but he's good at this game and I'm bad at it. Besides, if this works, it looks pretty cool to stream viewers. These guys die in 1 hit.
Waar is Brent? Die gasten moeten met elkaar kunnen praten. Oeh, een headset.
So what we're doing in this mission is tracking down trucks of Shane's drug shipments that are circulating throughout the city. We have to hit this video tower to spawn in the trucks, specifically the first one, which is always in a fixed location. The first one's always in the same place, the last one's always in the same place. The other 4 drive around the city. So we use the singularity to clear the area of enemies. 1 stasis blast destroys all the drugs in the car. Truck. And then this is super finicky because it relies on the 6-axis controls of the DualShock 4 controller, which, in a word, suck. So I am going to quit out of the game and reload it again. Load the autosave after the oh. Well, too late now, but I will look into that. But this resets the spawn positions of all trucks. I should get trucks 2, 3, and 4 in quick succession after loading back in. Yep. There's where I'm expecting number 2 to be. And you'll notice I also got my singularity back.
Maar dat schoten? Jimmy, kom op man, praat tegen ons.
Okay, who didn't die? Ew. Somebody still not die? Oh my god. But you see, there's the next truck. It's right there. So, this is probably gonna work. Come on, so finicky. Okay, they've already gotten out. I was kind of hoping that I could still sort of sneak up on them. Twarn't to be. There's the 4th truck. Alright, so this is gonna work.
Je doet hem toch niks aan.
Oh nee? Wacht maar af.
Waar denk je dat ik mee
Battery's
bezig
getting
ben?
low, but we're almost done with the
Als je
game.
hem iets doet, krijg je geen absoluut.
I'm actually gonna quit out and reload one more time. I can plug the controller in then.
Blijf van mijn spullen af. Of je krijgt er spijt van.
Ah, where'd the 4th truck go? It was right here. Wasn't it? No, this is bad. I swear it was right next to us for enough time that it should have... Well, whatever. we're here now.
Het is die neon chick. Het is die
Die neon chick.
Kijk uit voor neon.
I don't remember the exact wording of that line in English. I remember it in Italian. La ragazza de neon. We get ambushed here by the DUP, but we have our singularity, so suck it. Fuck y'all. The line in English is bite my ass. Literally translated in Italian, mancha mi culo. Fetch does have a bit of a potty mouth in any language. Okay, one more quit out to get our stuff back. And I will plug in the controller. I plug it into my PC so you'll hear the Windows chimes. So even when this works exactly as it should, the 5th truck is always very far away. So I kind of just run toward the area I saw it when I hit the video dish and just spam ping all the way. Hopefully we will discover it soon. Because if it's in range, it'll show up just from my pinging. I won't have to hit a video dish again. There it is. Right. You really need to come up behind this one. Because they're a little more ready for you. You can knock on the door. They open the door and throw out smoke bombs. If you time your missiles just right, you can kill everybody and everything with one missile shot. I didn't quite get it right, but pretty close. Which side is the... There it is. I am just going to put a dot on the map where the last one is. It's right there. I can sometimes find my way there without doing it. I'm not trusting myself that I can do it that way this time.
Oh, hoi, ik wil graag wat drugs bestellen. Oh, wacht, die heb je niet.
Now, Tsukuyomi knows this game and map so well that he can be put anywhere in the city and, you know, find his way to anywhere in the city in like seconds. I can't do that in real life. So I certainly can't do it in a video game.
Ja, ze vragen vast niet verder als ze eenmaal hebben wat ze zoeken.
Hallo? Jongens? Zijn er nog meer wagens?
Sadly, this will not clear the area entirely, but it will take out the first wave, you know, the first little bit of enemies that are here. There are enemies on the outskirts of this area because the game apparently expects you to fight your way in instead of just running on the rooftops like even in a casual playthrough you would have done the entire game. This is going okay. Well, that guy's being a little trolly, running and hiding instead of coming down the alley to take his medicine. And there's always like one or two dudes at the very end, completely on the outskirts of the area, which is just dumb. I used to get the melee finisher upgrade. It's a lot of fun to use, but it's pretty slow. Who's left? And it's very good that I have a singularity there. See, this is what I'm talking about. This guy way the hell over here.
What the fuck is er aan de hand? Is ze dood?
In English, he says, "What the hell's going on?"
Laat iemand zich melden.
the Dutch language for this game is just so filthy. This is so finicky, this last little bit of neon graffiti. The prompt for this, by the way, in English, just like all the other ones, is, I can't remember the exact word, but is it deface the truck or tag the truck? How does this qualify as tagging the truck? It doesn't. So, alright, next we have to go and confront Shane, or so we think.
Je vrachtwagen is al gebeld, Shane? Neem eens op.
Am I going the
Die
right
bende is
way?
straks kleiner dan toen ik begon. Hoewel, is één iemand wel een bende?
Yeah, that's the building I want.
Je mij? Ik ben in de crocodile. Kom me maar halen. Ik zweer op het graf van mijn moeder dat je neonhersen straks op de muur zitten.
Oh, afgesproken.
So this is where Shane is hiding. We go inside. Surprise!
Extra's voor je bewaard. Wil je?
We got dupe agents here. This is why we want the singularity. We have to kill a few of them. And obviously the singularity is the fastest way to do that. It clears the room entirely once. And then we just let them kill us.
Een deal sluiten met de DOP? Beste
This might be
slagplan,
dying too
Shane.
fast. Yes, it is. Great. It's really rare that they kill you too fast there.
Een deal sluiten met de DOP? Beste
Yeah, even though we have no
slagplan,
HUD here, everything still works the way it always did. You can earn and use singularities. So if you earn one, you would hear the characteristic sound for earning one.
Ik ben sterk. Het is
I
nog
think
een
I can
keer.
safely die now. That's true, Tsukiyomi. That's very true. See, now when I want them to kill me, they're not.
Shane, ga je verstoppertje spelen? Heb je dan helemaal geen ruggengraat?
I want to just die here. There we go. Die. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Don't heal. Please don't heal. Kill me.
Shane, ga je je nou verstoppen als een mietje? Kom hier dan.
Come on. There. Finally. God, that took a day and a half. Usually, if you have a singularity going into that room, you kill one guy, or if you don't have the singularity, you kill one guy to get there. Maybe I should have done that even though I had the singularity in hand. You shoot off the singularity and then just let them kill you. Usually the timing is pretty close to spot on. This time they were fucking dead eyes after I shot off the singularity and killed me in 2 seconds.
Je vader heeft gelijk, Abigail. We moeten dit doen. Het is voor
De
je
DOP
eigen
bellen?
bescherming.
Met dump omdat er
Kunnen
een
ze je
probleem
beter
was?
maken.
Mam, leg die telefoon weg. Dit kan je haar niet aandoen.
Yeah, well, Fetch is under the influence of the drugs that Shane injected into her right
Ik was
now.
nog maar een kind.
That's why she's hallucinating this.
Het DOP gaat je weer beter maken. Ze heeft het beloofd.
Fetch, Scappa.
Waar is ze? Fetch, wegwezen!
I like Scappa better.
Moeten wegwezen!
That's the line in Italian. In English, he says run. So when these figures grab us, we have to shoot off our bolt to get past them.
Niet in de steek!
Je kunt niet zomaar alles pakken.
Het is niet wat je denkt dat het is.
Waar is het?
Rustig, alsjeblieft.
Brent's dead, but we don't get to see him die because we can skip the cutscene. I was spamming X there. I'm telling you, this controller is messed up. The X button does not always work. So I'm definitely not going to PB, but this is a better time than I was expecting to get. This final segment is... I don't remember exactly how long it is, but it's too long for me to
Het
PB.
was Shane die je broer afnam. Door hem was je daar, losgeslagen. Als het zou kunnen, zou je hem doden? Ga je gang.
Vijs? Doe me een lol, Moppie. Vertel dat wijf dat ik voor 100% een gewone kerel
Ik
ben.
kende je verhaal al,
Erewoord.
maar je moest het opnieuw beleven.
Scout's honor. That's kind of Shane's catchphrase.
Jij het opgaf.
Verdomme, ik ben niet een van die freaks.
Oh, also Augustine gives an interesting plot detail in that cutscene that she already knew everything that had happened to Fetch, but she wanted to make her relive it to turn her into an unstoppable killing machine.
Staal.
And that's why she had Shane incarcerated in Curtain K. And you see what Fetch did when she saw him. She blasted a hole through this concrete wall that looks like dozens of feet thick.
Blijf van hem af, klootzakken. Hij is van mij.
But it does drain her of all her powers. So, we can see right here. We got nothing. Thankfully, that won't last long. Why is that funny?
Dat met Dels is de
I,
best goed.
I imagine, the line in English there is hands off assholes, he's mine. Haven't done that in a while. I actually had a PB run once upon a time. It still managed to be an actual PB where I fell in this pit 5 times. But it's been a while since I have. It's because the fastest way to cross it is by jumping on these ropes. If you just crawl hand over hand, it takes way too long. I think I just didn't have the camera position quite right. Yeah, my PB in this game is 1:23:21. It is in English. I should be able to PB, I guess not that easily, but fairly easily, running this game in Italian, because there's about 45 seconds of free time saves that my 1:23:21 does not have. Over a minute if we count terminal skip, which is not a free time save, not at all, but if I get it, it counts. You can't really jump up the ladders there, but if you go to a high camera angle like I did, you kinda can. It's less necessary on this one since the ladder is much shorter. That F marker is where the game wants us to run. We do not have to go all that way. We can just jump off right here. And this is what would have happened anyway. The bridge would have collapsed under. Don't do what now? Fall in the pit? Too late for that. So we have this drone. And it's going to crash in a moment here. There is a very rare glitch you can get with this drone where the game doesn't think you've drained it, and it tells you to go back to drain it even though you have drained it. And there's nothing you can do about it except take a mission failure screen and reload. I've had it happen to me twice. Thankfully, never in a run. So it crashes, we drain it, that gets us our power back. Run to the end here. This is the Unleashed Singularity. We only get to use it this one time during the story, though if you continue with the same save file, you do get to use it in the non-story arena challenges after completing the game, and you absolutely need it to get the best scores in those arena challenges. And you have to get at least 1 million points in, I think it's 1 million. No, it's not 1 million, because I don't have 1 million in all of them. You have to get at least, I think it's like 500,000 points. Whatever it is. It's a lot of points in all of them to get the Platinum Trophy for this game. That was sloppy, but it basically did what I was wanting it to do, which was dash through the cutscene trigger. We could shoot down and drain drones for more neon, but we don't need any more neon. All we need restored is our ability to run super fast. The game suggests you fight all these enemies. I have actually never done that. Not even in my very first playthrough of this game did I fight anyone in this mission. All I did was run past them, and that's all you have to do. Because you have one more person you need to kill, and 3 guesses who that is.
Shit.
Apparently the Dutch word for shit is shit. Because that's what she says in English, is shit. It's actually possible to be so fast that, I think it's the first one, might be this one, that those rocks fall on you if you're that fast. And if they do, you die. You do not survive that.
Oké, vriend. Kom maar op.
The game strongly wants you to go to a high camera angle while you're running, and it sucks. Well, that's because you're good at this game, Tsukuyomi, and I'm not. Yeah, so there went PB time, but I think this will even be under my original estimate, which was 127. And that kind of surprises me. I mean, this will definitely be under 127. What am I saying? We're only about 2 minutes from the end, if that. Yeah, I'm trying to do more jump dashes than I'm doing. My X button is just wrecked. Now it's going to be a 125. That's decent. Can't do anything with those missiles if you shoot them off, but you can make them show up in the cutscene. I mean, you can't hurt Shane with them.
Kom op, Moppie. Wat zeg je van?
Moppie.
Zullen we een uitgang zoeken? Blijf uit mijn buurt. Verdomme. Ik ben niet bang voor een junkie.
Yeah, the controller doesn't like to stay plugged in. Which is why it's always pretty low on charge. There are actual button prompts in this cutscene to shoot and injure Shane. If you just mash the R2 input, they don't show up on screen. That one did for like a frame, I saw it. Then we'll have a touchpad input, one more R2 input, and that'll be the end of the run.
Brent is dood.
Ik heb hem niet gedood, dat was jij.
Okay, that went a lot better than I was expecting.
Zeg je dat, Brent? Ik maak alles weer goed.
It's about 2 minutes off my PB time. I'm pretty sure I lost all of it post-beta. But that's okay. I'm very happy with that run.